Hi, today is September the 1st, 2020, and I'm reading on Lyubov Sobol, who, and again, forgive me if I am not getting her name right. She is the lady that is going to be filling in for Navalny. So I want to look at her and her well-being. And if this camera falls, forgive. Okay. It has been a busy day, I'm telling you. I'm getting a lot done, but I still have one key thing I've got to get done tomorrow. So, let's look and see what my ancestors and Spirit of the Tarot and the Creator have to say about Lyubov Sobol. She is Navalny's counterpart. How do things look for her? And what can we know about her that's important to understand? What can be shared? Let's see what the cards have to say. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Well, this shows a partnership, not necessarily sexual. Okay, folks, so it's a very sexy card. This deck has a story behind it, so some of the pictorial art is geared that way. Because the Lovers, it can be about partnerships. And this shows the Ace of Wands, and it's an ignition, it is of energy. So to me, this is her partnership taking up power and activation, energized, ready to go. I feel like she knows what to expect from the Putin playbook. Very brave, I have to say. They both, I believe, very passionate about this belief of getting rid of Putin and having a more democratic country with better leadership. Navalny seems a lot less sleazy than a lot of the guys that we've had as politicians out from Russia. That really, the ones they keep killing off. She brings a feminine strength, and she's going to be speaking truth to power and appealing especially to, I think, maybe women in power who are corrupt. There's something about this where they're dealing with corruption and maybe working with mothers whose children have been detained or who are dissidents and they have been jailed or prisoned. I feel like she herself has experienced targeted chaos by the Putin machine. And they will certainly be giving it to her if not. But I see a great deal of strength within her as a woman to face this kind of evil, this kind of corruption, and to be exposing it. She'll continue that work. And if you will, she'll be pulling the target onto herself. To me, this is a King of Cups. This could be Putin. This is often my Putin card. Navalny shoot, I think he's a Gemini. So I don't think that this King of Cups would be representative of him. I'm gonna call it a Putin likely card. There's a man that's facing loss, and he's at a time of a painful end. Unless, well, let's just keep going with who this could be. And there is an abandonment of and a rather childish mentality. I believe she is eyeing Putin because that is who she's going to be targeting. And there's a painful end around him. He's, undergoing a cycle of tremendous pressure, that he thinks that she should, I think he underestimates her. He thinks that she should just give up. And if she has any children, I hope they're grown. But he thinks that there's kind of an attitude if she should give up, and something maybe with that she's just a child, or that she should take care of a child. There's kind of a dismissive feeling about her as a woman. This is an issue for him, Putin, her femininity, her counterpart. He's very, this male here, and I don't think it's Navalny, very dismissive of this ability to face a very evil, corrupt power head on. I do. I feel like there's some sexism here going on. Well, and as a result, I feel like Putin will be seeking to propagandize, of course, against her. This group will not give up, is what I am getting from Lyubov, is that this is, she's in it to win it. And she doesn't care at the end of the day. If she falls, somebody else will take her place. She's there going to do whatever she can. That's what I strongly feel. And the attitude by a male here that I think she is going to target, in particularly, is dismissive, like you're a silly woman. And there is wanting her to go away. There is wanting to exile. So but to me it's dismissive. It's so dismissive. This feels like the poisoning and the other activities of this man. Not that this man has been poisoned, but been a poisoner. So I feel like it's Putin. And I feel like he's dismissive of her power, but he underestimates her. This looks like definitely communication. Both of them, both Putin and Lyubov, will be, I feel, working to get information out, working to make sure that they're seen and heard. But for her, yeah, she is a very, very independent, strong woman. And she is not there. Boy, her energy is really strong. She is not there to play around. She's not there to play. She'll play mind games with him. But she's not going to be easily intimidated or anything of that nature. If he thinks that she's some weak, hysterical woman, if he wants to go that route, he's going to be totally, you know, looking foolish in taking that route. She is willing to stand up to power. And I feel like she's able to get messages, information out. She's able to reach people. And I feel like stir up support for a Russia that's independent of Putin, that has a better economy. Because of Putin's doings, their economy is in the toilet. The way he's mismanaged things, and the sanctions that he's got from us and other places for his behavior is making it difficult, and has made it difficult, for Russia's to do better. I feel like she's talking here about an economy where we can dare to dream of thriving as a nation. We don't have to live like this anymore with this person, leading our nation in this way. So I think that, honestly, she drums up support. She's able to stir some people up. She's a very strong woman. Dang. And he will push back. He will push back. And I think he will send people to harass her and gaslight. I feel like this is another male figure that could start then trying to gaslight her, trying to make her look bad. She will be very strong position of defense, and they will try her. They will try her. But she's very capable. And I see, men at work trying to mess with and confuse things and gaslight, make up stuff about her. They're going to try to tear her down. They will try to separate her from the support of the people. But in their activity toward making her life a hell, there is some sense of accomplishment yet on her part to herself. And I'm not quite sure why, but there's something there's a design here in place. This has to do with exposing the lies and the deceit of Putin and of his seat of power. And he will continue to work to suppress her and others, but they will feel like they are accomplishing, that they are, though it costs them dearly, they feel that they have to do it. Because they have to expose, and by drawing his ire to them and them being able to expose what he's doing to them, they can show what kind of person he is. They can try and get that information out to further weaken his base there at home, which would put rioters in the streets even more. It will tie him in knots. This is Sobol. She's a Virgo. And I feel like she will be very active. She is a very strong, very stubborn woman. She's not a fool. She's not anyone's fool. She is very knowledgeable. She's very wise and courageous. I'm sure she has her foibles, but you know, that where it counts, it looks like this lady's got chops. I feel like she has a friendship here with another woman who may assist her in exposing Putin's criminality. Yep, they're going to expose. And with that exposure, there's a real power play going on. It could be that the exposure will show that there's a real power play behind the Iron Curtain, behind Putin's Kremlin curtain that he has kept over Moscow and Russia since he's been in office. That's what I feel like. There's going to be a tussle with that. And their work is to show it, that Putin is not as powerful as people think. There's some kind of there's a power play going on within his cabinet. Because I think some people are going to begin, I don't know, there's something that begins to change. And there's clarity. I think these women will receive a great deal of support from people that, where law is concerned, and exposing Putin's criminality. Definitely. They will try to be, they are going to be, have so much come at them from Putin to suppress them. He's actually really going to find himself in a corner. She feels that, you know, her memory has always been of feeling restrained, feeling the confinement, and wanting to create change, that now is the time with the Judgment card, and that people need to come together as a means of working together so that they can not be so fractured, and they can be united, and they can have a better unity within their nation, within their country, or you know, leadership that actually works for them. So she's strong energy. I really wasn't not expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting the strength that I am getting from her, which is fascinating. I think it's safe to say that it should be, this movement should be very good in her hands while he, Navalny, is recuperating. I feel that she is able, within even herself, she has a great deal of passion for this movement, and she is determined and very set to do whatever she can with her life to unseat him and to get a system in that cares about the people. And that is my reading for Sobol. Watch out. This lady has got chops. The future is feminine.